There's my mic now. Had to restart the mic. Hopefully you hear me now. So I guess I could start this again. Welcome everybody. This is the Creator Office Hours. I try to do weekly on Fridays or so. And just a spot to let people pop in here to ask questions, be it about photography, be it about video, be it about freelance, marketing yourself and things of that nature. Whatever I can do to help, if I can help, or if you just want to chit chat about some other stuff going on in the world of tech or photography, media, so forth, feel free to give it a shout. Haven't done this in the last 2 Fridays because I've been busy. There's been a lot going on. Folks that follow along on the other social media channels know that I've had a lot going on with the family, and I'm actually pretty busy right now. I'm in the middle of working on a project right now. I can't show it on my screen, but I said I'll go ahead and hop in anyway today just for a few minutes and answer any questions that tend to pop up, and we can go from there. Shout out to Chris being here in the live stream. Thank you for being there. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And also shout out to my man, Mr. Ozone Nightmare, for popping in. Good to see you here too, brother. Thank you so much. But what's going on? If you got questions, throw them right here in that chat. I will read them and we can go from there. Otherwise, this office hours is going to be really short. So I don't really have anything that I can share at the moment, other than I'm working on content for Substack right now. But that's it. You know, it's public knowledge that I've been contracted with them to do some stuff for them, but I have a project due today for them, and that's what's going on this morning for me. So other than that, what about you? What y'all got going on? And sorry that the stupid mic had to be rebooted to start this thing. That's so bizarre. I just had to make a note to reboot the mic before I start these things. Add that to the checklist, because I do have a little checklist. But that's tech for you. That's computers for you. They always need to be rebooted. And I'm sitting here working on this project today and just looking at the AI tools inside of Premiere. And it still fascinates me. As good as those tools are, I still got to intervene. I still need to go in there and say, hey, yeah, this ain't right. You need to fix this, that kind of thing. So it saves you some time, but it doesn't save you a ton of time, you know. Oh, here's a super chat that just come in. I see that on my screen. Oh, it's on Nightmare with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Thank you for that. I hear a lot of folks say pros who work with color like dull gray hardware. I would love more color in my hardware, but I also suck with color. I got to tell you, if you were to ask me, as far as my hardware goes, yeah, you're spot on. Give me gray, give me black. That's it. I don't want all of the stickers and stuff. I got a laptop that's got stickers on it, and the older I get, the more I regret those stickers being on it. I just like simple, clean hardware. I don't need all of the colorful pop that like iMacs used to have. I think iMacs still have some color on them, right? I don't need that. Just give me gray, give me black, and I want it to where if I touch it, I don't have to deal with fingerprints and stuff all on it. It can be just flat colored, flat gray, flat black. And it's just saying, I am a tool, I am a utility, and that's all I'm here for. I'm not here to be somebody that's going to pretty up the room. You know, it's a tool, you know? So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But see, you're an artist too. You're an illustrator. So you wanting color in all of your stuff makes sense. I get that. Have you all checked them out? Check out Ozone Nightmare's YouTube channel. Let me see if I could find that YouTube channel, because he does a lot of live streams with with some of his drawing and his fascinating the freaking details. Let's see, Ozone Nightmare drawing. Does this pull them up? Yes, there it is. There's the channel. So let me put that channel right here in our chat like that, so everybody can see it. Ozone Nightmare. Yeah, simple how YouTube has made that so much easier for people to share stuff. youtube.com/@Ozone Nightmare. He also says, I like simple monotones on my actual desktop icons. I never have more than 10 icons. So, yeah, I never really think about that, because I'm looking at, even before I went to Mac OS, my toolbar in Windows was usually fairly basic and straightforward. The only customization I did for my operating system is I like the dark mode, night mode, or whatever you want to call it. I don't like my screens to be my interface to be super bright. It just hurts my eyes. But give me a dark mode and I'm fine. I guess that's right up there with people and how many tabs they use in a browser. I'm looking at about 15 tabs right now, and that's only because I'm in the middle of working on something. Other than that, I don't need that many damn tabs. Why do y'all need 20, 30 tabs inside of a browser? You don't have to keep them all open. You're not looking at them at the same time. Close some of that shit. But that's just me. And don't get me wrong, the light mode looks good for some things, but for an extended amount of time, nah, I can't do that. See, right now, my face just lit up because I switched to my mail client right now in the web, and it's not the dark mode. I switched it off of dark mode just to try it out for a couple weeks, and that's okay. It's okay. I still could get used to going back to the other way, but I'm trying it out just to say, look, I tried. And no, I'm not going to show y'all my mail on the screen. That would be really, really bad. Let's see, display options. So this is dark mode. See, now my face changed. Light, dark. All right. What other questions you all have? What else has been going on for you all? How was the week? How was the work week? How was the creative week? Are you behind? Are you looking forward to next week? What are some of your other creators that you like to follow and check out during the week? I can't say that I've been looking at a lot of other creators here recently, other than Ozone Nightmare. And then my buddy Matt, he hosts this show called The Jam Hole, and it's nice to listen to him just sort of rant and have some really off the wall discussion about news articles they found. Just a step away, because a lot of people assume that I just want to talk about tech stuff and camera stuff all the damn time. I don't. Every now and then I like just random mindless stuff, or a documentary here and there, or some stand-up comedians. And so a lot of times when I step away to listen to stuff or consume other creators, is stuff that's got nothing to do with photography or video. Matter of fact, let me just plug his show too. I think it's thejamhole.com. I think that's it. Copy, paste. Yep, there it is. Thejamhole.com. Oh, another super chat. Dude, you don't have to do all these super chats. Just chat. Thank you, though. Mr. Ozone Nightmare. He says, how are you enjoying the writing process now that you've been doing it for a bit? Editing choices still occasionally being odd. I really like the work of Amy Ray Hill. It's a wonderful sculptor. From the writing standpoint, okay, so, let let me break this down here. I've been writing for a handful of years, actually, be it for myself, be it for other people. The only challenges that I've had recently regarding writing right now for ZDNet is still the content management system. And it looks good once it's published. It looks great. But on the editing side of it, when you actually are in there putting in your text and your images and stuff like that, it's challenging and it's a bit of a pain. And to the credit of the team at ZDNet, they were straight up and straightforward with me about it when I came on board. And it's like, yeah, our CMS, it's a pain in the ass, so just bear with us on that. But what it produces as far as public facing, it looks really good. So it's worth it. They get a lot of eyeballs each and every month. So it's worth it. But man, as a writer, it's got its moments. I started writing a piece. That's another thing that's on my to-do list, is to finish that. I started writing a piece yesterday. So yesterday was a bit of a quirky, unfortunate, and just, shit happens kind of day. So I lost a lot of time. And when I started writing, I think I ended up spending about 3 hours in the writing process, and I'm still not done. So I stepped away because it was just a long day mentally and emotionally. So I'll get back at it this afternoon and try to finish it up. But I pushed it down in my to-do list because the Substack stuff, that's the priority for today. So, but yeah, I editing wise, the editors at ZDNet, they have to do what they have to do to get people to come and see the stuff. A lot of the titles and stuff on what I wrote, I didn't put that title in there. I had something totally different most of the time. But our editors are really good at making the titles enticing for people to click. So that's the very first thing. You got to have a good thumbnail. You got to have a good title, good headline, if you will. And my headlines are good, but I don't think they're right up there with the catchy phrase stuff that people flock to now. And quite frankly, there have been some times where a headline on one of my pieces was out there that I wouldn't have clicked on it because that's not my personality. Think of when you're scrolling through your news feed and the headline says, Tim Cook and Apple announce new items at WWDC, and you wouldn't believe what happens next. Would you click on that? I wouldn't, but most, quote, normal, regular people, they would click on that because of that extra little hook at the end of you wouldn't believe what happens next, or that kind of thing, and right. And this right here, spot on, freaking spot on. It says, I've tried flying a DJI drone into a Stanley Cup and you'll never believe what happened. Right. Those types of headlines, in my opinion, it just shows the dumbing down of us as humanity, because that's what people click on. And I don't know if you've ever clicked on any of those stories. A lot of times when you click on it, it's nothing. It is an absolute zero burger. For example, you flew a drone into the Stanley Cup and you won't believe what happened. You read that story and it'll say, flew the drone in there and the drone crashed and hit someone in the head. That's it. That's it. It's never anything big. It's always the obvious stuff, so yeah, a lot of times I don't read that stuff, but man, most of society reads it. And ZDNet and the folks at Red Ventures, they know, they get it. They can look at me straight in the eye and say, Ant, we know you're not putting a headline up like that, but we're going to change it. And it's going to get even more views. And it does. It does. Unapologetically, it does. Ugh. And then with YouTube, I'm to the point now with YouTube, my pattern has changed because I don't even look at videos anymore that's got the weird thumbnails. Let me see if I can show that screen here. So we'll go to that screen there. And then I'm going to open up YouTube like so. Then I'm going to go over here. Did I do this right? Let's see. Where's my little screen share thing? There we go. All right. So this is YouTube. This is my YouTube. I'm logged in as myself. Okay. What am I skipping? All of this. None of that's for me. I watch stuff like that now. This Breakfast Club one. I'll watch the Club Shay Shay stuff ones. But let's look at, it should give me the photography stuff. And it probably won't now because I've stopped watching so much of the photography stuff because their thumbnails are bad, in my opinion. Yeah, it looks like it just pushed them all down. What happens if I refresh? Let's see. Window. How do I refresh? How do you use a browser? Doesn't F5 refresh your screen? No, does not. Let's try this again. Reload. There we go. Yeah, I guess YouTube's figuring me out. YouTube's saying, you know what? He don't click on that stuff. See, this is a photography video that I would actually click on. Look at that thumbnail right here. That thumbnail is simple. Uncover the secrets of epic sideline sports photography. And he's just sitting out on the pitch somewhere with his camera, long telephoto lens. I would click on that. The ones that's got all of those weird faces on them, I bypass those. And it looks like YouTube is figured, like this one here. And I love Marquez Brownlee. But this video right here, episode 219 of his podcast, I'm not clicking on it because this dude's got his hands over his head. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it because I think they're better than that. I think Marquez Brownlee is better than that. This one I would click on. Water test. And he's looking at an actual object. None of the weird face stuff. But it looks like YouTube has figured me out. It's like, yeah, he ain't been clicking on any of that crazy stuff anymore. So we're not going to suggest it to him. Nice work, YouTube. You get me. All right, enough of the screen share. All right. Anyway. Hey, back to the live chat here. We got some more folks popping up in the house. Good to see y'all. I see the Macy's been up in here. Good to see you. And he says, I would love to believe that eventually more people will grow tired of the clickbait and this will self-correct. Nah, I don't think it will. And he says, but the open mouth thumbnails get the clicks. They do. And I guess that's part of my issue is I refuse to fall for that. And I guess I'll just miss out on a lot of stuff, Jason Howell had one of those thumbnails the other day and I thought, man, I get why you did that, but this is exactly what bothers me. Yeah. I saw one like that from Jason too. And it's totally not his personality. And he'll admit that. And I'm sure this is part of his experiment because he's trying to get more clicks because he's trying to get sponsors. I get it. But that's not his personality and he knows that. And I'm sure it was just an experiment. Will it continue forward? We'll see. If it gets more clicks and gets more ad revenue, then yeah, maybe it will because he's still got to eat, still got bills to pay. I don't bother with that because it ain't me. It's not genuine. I'm a pretty flat person. Some in the industry would call me a low energy person. Yeah, I've been told that several times. And that's okay. I am what I am. I am who I am, so. But I get it. You got to have decent thumbnails. You got to have good headlines. Same thing with just a book. The cover on a book. If the cover on the book doesn't make people at least stop, it's just the nature of the beast. You know what I mean? And my phone is not muted. Sorry about that. I should mute my phone because nobody wants to hear notifications from me. DeMacy, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being in here. But let me, since we're talking about those articles, let me pull up those articles. Let me see. How can I do that? We'll move this screen here. We will go to ZDNet and just look at my page and do this desktop share. There we go. All right. So these are the things that I've written for ZDNet to date. Okay. This title. I did not write this title. I wouldn't have said it nearly beat out my $3,600 Canon. I did write in the story about how this does compete with my $3,600 Canon is sitting in front of me. If you click on it, you'll see that I did do a bit of a comparison right there. So it's not totally off base is what I'm saying. But at the same time, I wouldn't have written this and it nearly beat my Canon. I wouldn't have written that. I would have stopped it. I stream with Logitech's Mevo Core camera and I would have said, and it's better than you think or something like that, But saying that right there, that particular verbiage right there makes people say, huh? Really? No way. And then click on it. I can't see my chat. Where did my chat go? Damn it. Hold on. Let me switch back. I gotta be able to see my chat and I don't see it. My chat disappeared. There. I'll put it over there so I can see it better. Now, back to it. Whoops. This way. And back to it. There we go. So now with this one, and my chat disappeared again. The most versatile camera I've tested costs $499 and it's not from Sony or Canon. I didn't write that, but again, in the story, that's the gist of what I was saying. So that's a good job by them taking what I said, because I want to say I said something along the lines of ultra versatile Insta360, especially the updated one. It's something I said something along the line of ultra versatile. And then this one, the Sony camera, I recommend to most people is not the model you're thinking of. And that's a really good headline. I would have never thought of that. And again, the editors read what I said and it makes perfect sense with that headline. This is not a clickbaity one, in my opinion. It's not one of those you're not going to believe what happened next kind of things, but editors are freaking good and they figured it out. That works because this is 100% true statement right here. 100% true statement. If people ask me about cameras, there's a couple that I recommend. There's two models from Canon. And when it comes to Sony, the people that are asking me are generally beginner people that are just getting started. And so I already know they're not going to want to spend a whole lot of money, and they're going to want something that's small. They're going to want something that's just going to work. And when I give them the Canon options, it's the R50, the R100. When I give them the Sony options, I always go to the ZV line every single time. So I give them their credit for that. Once again, I don't know why I keep losing my chat window. Sorry about that, y'all. So if you're chatting, I'm sorry I'm missing them. They keep disappearing from my screens. Let's see. And yes, you all have been chatting. Holy moly. Let's see what's going on in this chat here. So let's scroll up. Love it when VHS artwork used to be all that crazy artwork showing things you'd never see in the movies. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I totally forgot about the VHS stuff. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. It's giving you the little warning thing. Sorry about that. All right. So the reality is this is nothing new. You're correct. And Demancy says Micro Four Thirds format isn't dead and it beats the Canon, introducing Logitech's Mevo Core. See, that's a really long title. That's a really long title. And okay, so let's break that down, Demancy. Micro Four Thirds format. Who exactly are you going to say that to? Okay. And I'm not going to speak for you. I'm going to speak based on my own by Queen Pruitt. She's heading out. Well, now she's gone. She's heading out to the salon to go make that cash because she's good. And thank you, dear. So again, let's break down that particular title right there, the Micro Four Thirds. And not speaking for you, speaking for me in my own personal experience. When people ask me about cameras, if I say to them, are you looking for full frame? They always look at me like, what? Huh? If I say to them, or you're fine with an APS-C, they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay. So I leave out a lot of that technical mumbo jumbo, such as the sensor size, because the people that are just getting started are not going to know what the hell a full frame sensor is, or a medium format, or let alone a Micro Four Thirds. Who the hell says 4/3? You know? So yeah, just that title right there, I wouldn't have put Micro Four Thirds in it, because if people are going to be searching for articles online for their first camera or their first webcam or an upgraded webcam, well, not upgrade, but looking for a webcam, they're not looking for sensor size. I've totally leave that out. So that's my thoughts on that. And looks like we have Hybrid Media popping in. What's up, fellow creator? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And again, the window just froze. There it is. Hey, Aunt, what's up, fellow creator? Currently sitting on a plane heading to visit my mom for the weekend. Oh, nice. Good for you, brother. Good for you. The red hallways is very Dario Argento. There's your Italian reference from a film nerd. And the hallway wasn't red, bro. Oh, okay. And I get your point, Demancy. Gotcha. You're referring to how ridiculous some of the titles can be. Ah, perfect. Okay. So we are eye to eye. Perfect. Perfect. What's your opinion on Sony phones and Pixel phones? All right. So that's a good question. But before I get to that, I need to address this whole hallway thing. It's not red. I'm not sure what you see on your screen, but I see orange. Right? I mean, what you see are right there. Those are orange acoustic foams that are thrown on top of a box out there in the hallway. It's just a dark hallway. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so let's go back to that question there. That question was, wow, and more people showing up. Thank you for showing up. The question was, what's your opinion on Sony phones and Pixel phones? From A. All right, as far as Sony phones, I think they are horrible phones. They, at least traditionally, were horrible phones. Cameras were fine. again, fine. And then the phones, what are you doing, Kylo? What are you looking for? Oh, they hear some dogs out there barking, so he's freaking out. So, yes. I'm going to let them... Let me just close that door over there. You're still going to hear them bark, but I can't shut them up, and quite honestly, I'm not going to try to shut them up. Hold on. Hey, this is real life stuff here. Sorry. She left the door open and they saw a bunch of stuff back there. It freaked them out. Okay. Sorry. Back to Sony phones. Sony phones were traditionally horrible phones, and the cameras on them were just, okay. And the irony of it is Sony makes absolutely great image sensors for most of the phones and most of the cameras that you see out there today. So if someone ever asks me about getting a Sony smartphone, I tell them to run away because the interface and the OS is always horrible and they're always slow. And no, so just no. As far as Pixel phones, I'm on a Pixel Pro, Pixel 8 Pro, and I've been on a Pixel for as long as Nexus has been around. So I love it. Vanilla Android. So that's my thoughts on that. And then I saw someone else pop in here that I hadn't seen in a long time. Seda. It's so good to see you, Seda. Thank you for being here. Also known as Tessie. The worst is when people ask for your opinion, but they already have an option chosen. Yes. You know, I'll never understand that. People will, it's almost like they're coming to you so you can confirm their decision. And if you've been around the block as long as I have, when those conversations start, I get really quiet just to watch them squirm because people don't like silences. You know what I'm saying? So they walk up and they say, hey, I want to get a new laptop. And I was looking at this HP ABCD laptop. And then I was also looking at this MacBook Pro M3 with a terabyte storage. But this HP is going to cost me a lot less money. But that MacBook, I know I could edit video on it really, really fast. But that HP, man, that thing, it just looks great. And the more times they say a particular brand within the conversation, like 3-4 times, they've already made their mind up. And they're wanting me to say, yeah, it's a good one. And I'll just sit there. It's like, you're not wanting my opinion. You're just wanting me to confirm and, just leave it alone. So, okay, sorry. Ending that rant. And yes, Ozone Nightmare, you do suck at color. Hybrid Media says, I'm currently in the Sony ecosystem, so Sony camera phones work great for me, but would not recommend their phones to regular folks. Exactly. Bam. That's it. That is it right there. That is it right there. And I got to tell you, Hybrid, have you, oh gosh. I just remember like the Xperias from back in the day, and they were always just so slow. And you take pictures with them for whatever reason, they didn't process well. I have no idea what the secret sauce is that they put in it, and they wouldn't process well. And the sensor on it is top notch. It's a freaking Sony sensor. It just never made any sense to me. A says, what does my t-shirt say? This is a classic t-shirt. Where's the barbell? That's what it says. It says, where's the barbell? As in, I need to go back to the gym. Oh, man. I really do appreciate y'all being in here today. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the thumbs up button inside of YouTube, the little like button and subscribe button, so YouTube will continue to show me some love. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for asking questions and tolerating my dogs that decide to bark and just be dogs. And now they're on guard duty and watching the door. I don't have my other light on over there, so you can't see Kylo laying in front. Gotta go. Creators turning on airplane mode. Hey, Hybrid Media, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support, my man, and have a safe trip out there. All the best to you and your family and your moms. Real talk, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Any other questions? Anything y'all like to chat about? Or is there something rant worthy? I don't know. Y'all tend to pull out a lot of stuff to make me want to rant. And I don't want to rant. I just want to help people that's in this space and they got questions. That's all. I promise. Oh gosh. This studio of mine, it's been a challenge. Okay. So if you've seen my previous live streams, you know that we moved from one house to a different house. Okay. So with this new place here, my studio is bigger. Pretty much everything else in the place is smaller, but my studio is bigger than the previous one. And so I had to figure out the configuration with how I wanted everything to work, because I want to be able to do the podcast in here without a problem and make things easy from a workflow standpoint, to literally just walk in the door and be able to come over here and sit down. I don't want to crawl over a bunch of cables and trip over lighting and all of that stuff. And I pretty much got it squared away now. Like right here on that wall, there's another light that will shine down onto this armchair over here. My desk, my primary light. And right in front of me, there's another television, which is being used as a monitor. And that's where I look at program out, so I could see what's going out to YouTube and that kind of thing. But unfortunately, it's still messy in here because I haven't had time to get everything out. And outside in the hallway is stuff that I need to go throw out in the garage or throw out to the rubbish or what have you. But it takes time, and I haven't had the time to do that, in addition to make sure I can get back online and working. So that was the priority, is getting myself back online to be able to start working on these jobs, so work in progress. It's almost there. Got to move some more cables out of here. I think the lighting is good to go. It was a little bit weird in here because if you look at this background, it's a pretty cool window. That's the backyard. I don't particularly like this framing with it being off that way to my right or left of camera or what have you. And I could move the desk, but if I move the desk to where I'm a little bit more centered, then I get some weird backlighting at some point in time. And I don't want the weird backlighting, even though it does look good from a blur and the little green and stuff like that. It's just, I like that, but practically it wasn't going to work, as well as there's a closet door to my right. So pushing my desk closer to that closet door is going to make it difficult to get in and out of that closet. So I had to move it and put it over here. And then I'm not exactly perpendicular to this wall. This is perpendicular to the wall. This is not, so I had to turn the angle again because I'm wanting to be able to physically walk in without a problem. Okay, so now since I opened the blinds, you can see a little bit more. But there's a chair right there, so I can walk in through the door. where Biscuit is on the floor, and walk around and get in here without a problem, without tripping over anything or stepping under stuff, just in and out. There's a weird thing about this because this particular office was basically like the other bedroom in this house. This house was originally a 2-bedroom, but now it is a 3-bedroom. And I'm going to put in quotes, 3-bedroom. So if you're looking at it now, there was that window behind me, but there's also a window over here. Let me see if I can turn the camera. See that window? Okay, so there was that other window, and that other window leads into another room, believe it or not, because basically what they did is they took their previous front porch and extended the front porch, built over the top of it, and made it into another room, quote, bedroom. And it's nice. It looks like a sunroom essentially because it's got a bunch of windows out there, but it is a little weird having this window here. For me, I look at this window and I'm looking into her vanity and her plants and stuff like that. So yeah, it's odd, but it's a nice place and we're grateful to be here. Just got to get used to the quirks. What city am I in? I'm in Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa. I like Santa Rosa. What's up, Kylo? You wanted something? Why are you over here? What's up, dude? You chilling? You good? What's up? You need something? You good to go? Or you trying to go outside? Had to keep an eye on Kylo. He's been a little ill. I'll just say that. You good, dude? Yep. Okay. All right. Any other questions, folks? Because I know y'all don't want to just have me sit here and talk to Kylo. Oh, do you need to go out? That's what that is? And you got the hiccups too. Lovely. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to get ready to cut this short because the dog needs to go out. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Nice to have the Creator Q&A back. Enjoy your weekend. Yes, sir, Mr. Ozone Nightmare. Thank you so much for being here. Just like I said, it's been chaotic. You know, because you follow the socials and listen to the show. It's been chaotic, but man, there's still so much more to go. I don't think I'll be leveled out, if you will, until maybe like mid-July. That's what I'm thinking. Somewhere along those lines. It's just a lot. But you know what? It could be worse. I think it's this way because I can handle it. You know, that's the only way I look at it. It's this way because I can actually handle it, and it's meant to be, if you will. So yeah, there's that. If y'all have any questions, feel free to just shoot a message over to me over on the socials. Leave the comments below, ask your questions there. If you're interested in being a part of the Patreon community, feel free to check out the Patreon community. I got some stuff that I want to work on there and share there. I've been sharing a few things there. Actually, let me log out of that. See, I don't need to see that particular screen. So let me log out of that there. Patreon.com/AntPruitt. There we go. And then I can do the desktop sharing there. There we go. So just go to patreon.com/AntPruitt. I've been sharing some stuff there for members that are paying and some that are for our free members, you know. This right here, this is that sunroom. actually. This is the room next to the studio right now. And you can see there's a bunch of windows. That's 1, 2 windows there. There's 2 more windows here. And then back behind the camera, if you look in the reflection of this Mac, there's another window on the other side of there's a vanity back there too. So it gets a lot of light. And this over here, this is the window next to my studio that I look out of. So it's an interesting room, and that's basically going to be her office and the sunroom for the plants and all of that good stuff. All right. Softball question. All right. Oh, A says they're from Bakersfield. Do you know that city? Yes, I do. I know Bakersfield. Bakersfield is down below Fresno, I believe. Ozone says, softball question. What's the cheapest piece of kit you massively rely on? Cheapest that I massively rely on. Well, probably this right here. If I can grab it. Card reader. This is a CF Express card reader. And I also have another one that's a SD card reader and compact flash. This one here. Oh, I got so much mess here. This one here. These things, they're not expensive. They're $20 tops, but I can't get work done without them, you know? So yeah, I think that's probably the most important piece of kit that is inexpensive that I rely on quite heavily. So yeah, good question. Good question. All right, folks, be well. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for checking out the other community aspects. Thanks for checking out the podcast at Pruitt.com/podcast and listen to Everyday People. Thanks for checking out the ZDNet stuff and follow me all on the socials, and go check out Substack and look at some of the stuff that's been going up over there. Some of it has my fingerprints on it. Some of it, not all of it. And thanks for the support. I shall see y'all next week when we do Everyday People on Wednesday. We'll do it live here on YouTube sometime Wednesday. I don't know exactly the time, but just if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, you'll see the notifications for it to join the live stream. Have yourselves a good weekend, folks. And as always, please know this. It is okay for you to love yourself. It is okay to love yourself. It is okay to be happy with yourself. It is okay to show yourself a little compassion. You're not perfect, and it's okay. You're not perfect, and it's totally fine to accept that and say, you know what? I am still worthy. I am still great. Okay? So do something nice for yourself this weekend, and do something nice for someone else too. All right? Y'all take care. I'll see you later.